Hey guys, old folks here. So I'm king, obviously. Posted yesterday. I kind of wanted to talk about how to be king. So, there's a lot of questions. What do you do? What all can you do? So basically, let's talk about the ruler policies. So basically, yesterday I set up these policies. You can choose between what time frame you want the wild monster chest to drop. Um, During the day. So for like us, we're busier in this 5 to 9 period, so that's when we chose it. But as king, you can choose any of these time brackets. Kind of gives the ability to help your alliance better, whichever is better for you. And then you can choose out of which of the 5 types of mines have an 8% increase. I chose silver just because a lot of people try to increase the one that basically does their health inside their citadel, or inside their getting a brain fart here, your academy. A lot of people really try to bring up the HP ones, and so those do take silver, and so I went ahead and I did that one. It doesn't really matter, you pick it. And then you can also choose on Sunday which soul stones you want to drop. I chose Merlin. A lot of people had a few different discussions, but in the end, a lot of people like Merlin because of her abilities, so that's the one I picked. Hey, I'm here to help out the server as a whole. I could have picked Krabby because I maybe want a gold star him so I can unlock somebody else, but that's who I chose. And then appointing statuses. Now, appointing statuses, basically, we try to be as fair as possible for ours, so we took 2 from each of our main alliances. They got to pick the ones they want, and I assigned them to them. We took 1 from our alliance, gave it to them, and then filled in the rest with the other guys that were helping. And then you always give, or at least we did, we gave a couple of the commoners to the opposing army leaders, as well as a few of the other individuals that were in the other alliances that helped us. And so one of the things that you can do is when you set it, you can revoke it. So now let's say I want to revoke his position. You can do that every 48 hours. So what's going to happen for us, and I'm going to come back up here. Let me find Mr. Poopy. Currently he is the sage, but in 32 hours I can remove that. And what we're going to do is we're going to share the sage's ability with a few other elders in our alliance. So if we look here, tech upgrade time is about 8% decrease, so it's like getting 4 speed boosts a day, basically, for those things. So it helps your tech go through faster. So we'll go ahead and share that amongst a couple of the other elders. Now I've made that option open to the other guys and the other alliances and said, hey, if you want, tell me who you want to take your place in 2 days and I'll do that. Obviously that's more work for me as the king. I don't mind. So it's a chance to kind of share the wealth within their alliance if they so choose. If they don't, they can hold on to this the entire time. That's really their choice. Alliance gifts. Now these are probably the most desired, fought after things for some guys. Obviously you only get so many of each one, and so you have the obviously 5,000 worth of diamonds to hand out, 1,000 each person, different honor and supplies and everything else. And so when we view it, you'll see that I actually gave 1 to myself. I didn't want it, but they were like, you need to take it because I spent about 6,000 diamonds or so. And so they're like, you need to take it. So I finally took 1. I wasn't going to, but I did. And then I gave it to the other choices, so of the other alliances, the top 2 alliances. They each got 2. And so I took it. And then from here, again, we gave, I want to say it was 3 each to the other guys to pick out. So handed out to them, and then we split them all basically evenly. And really what we did was we based ours off of who was active in the war, who did what in the war. We probably had about 20 guys total in our alliance that showed up for the war for whatever reasons. Other guys couldn't, so we gave those out. And this is we try to be fair. Some people could say it's going all to our alliance, forget you. We didn't want to be that way, so we split it as evenly as possible. Participation rewards, everybody gets it that participates. All you got to do is attack a tower. Some say it's based off of different things, but I owned 3 towers at one point, so I basically had max things. If I'd owned all 4 towers, I supposedly would have been max. I don't really care. Throne battles, you know, this kind of shows you everything that took place. This brings you back to this point. Alliance Union shows you again what the unions are, who was working together. Obviously, this was our main alliance, our second alliance, and then this was the third alliance. Now, the initiator is always the one that can be the leader. So, had they won, then they would have been the leader. It wouldn't have been the Chinese team or Smile. It would have been them as the king. So, whoever initiates, it's always important. Whoever initiates the Alliance Union is the one that will be picking the king from their alliance. And then you have the alliance flag. I can use a new one. I can set it up if I want. Go like that. Woo! Past rulers. This shows, you know, who was what, basically, and everything else. So, and that's it. It's not too hard. The big issue you're just going to have to do is it took some time to work with our different alliance members about appointing statuses, setting up the gifts, and everything else. You can change the ruler policy basically every day, except for this one. I mean, you can change it every day, but it's only going to be in effect for that Sunday. And then you can mute people. I'm not going to mute anybody unless someone's just being a complete and utter moron. I mean, come on, guys. You know, it's not hard. I'm not doing it as I'm going to be a power trip or anything. But that's about it. It's not too hard. But if you ever get to be king, just plan ahead on knowing, okay, who are we going to give, you know, rewards to? Kind of take care of the other alliances that help you because they got you there. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of manpower. You know, use the gifts accordingly. You know, don't just hog it for yourself. Try to share. I did say, though, they needed one button. They needed a be an evil dictator button, which gives you all the gifts. I was like, hey, man, you know, if I did that, that would be like, you know, almost 40,000 diamonds. Woo! You know, but I'm not going to do that. So hopefully this helps you guys. If y'all got any questions on kingly duties or anything else, please feel free to give me a shout, ask me a question. I'll do my best to answer it as quick as I can. Thanks for watching, guys.